Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations Part 36. In the previous video, we moved on to the second half of the first half of the trial. We were interrogating our good buddy and pal Larry, who we definitely respect his intelligence. And we learned about his what he was doing at the bridge and about this mysterious orb that was found. Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. You're just being dumb on purpose. Stop. She makes a valid point. Yeah, it's a valid point if you're an idiot. There is no evidence that Elise left Hazakura Temple that night. However, what do you mean there's no evidence? This is the evidence. Like, oh, well, if we ignore all the evidence that this thing happened, then there's no evidence that it happened. Can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed. In this case, is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. Hi, if it is not related to the case and this witness who you called, well, that has been nothing more than a mind and a waste of time. Prepare yourself some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? I have no clue. I just got here, dude. This is the start of a new video, a new session. What do we know? It was found half covered in snow. If it was half covered in snow, that means it was dropped while it was still snowing. Therefore, it was there before she died. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Actually, he would get the question wrong 5 times in a row, complain like a little baby, and then keep reloading, and then eventually pause the recording, and then be like, I don't know why this is right. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I'll prove this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. Oh, you'll do what? Now granted, you could argue that it's half covered in snow because it was buried. So, I don't really know if that's necessarily what but I can't think of anything else. But that does seem a little too straightforward. And there is the idea that you could just be like, okay, well, it was probably hidden. But why would you hide it? I mean, it's got blood on it, but like, so does the sword. That look in your eyes, you remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. Oh, so you know you're about to lose then. That should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. Hi, how are you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? Wait, what? Evidence that proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. I thought it was about to you pick something out. Evidence that proved it was dropped before the murder. I mean, is the staff shown in the picture? I can't tell. I really wish I could see the picture. Oh, wait, we can see the picture, right? Don't we have it? And no? Yeah. Well, she doesn't have the staff with her. We know she always carried it, but that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, I'm kind of stumped. I don't really know why it would be the staff, but like the thing, it's like something's telling me it's the spear or it's the staff. But I don't really like, I mean the sphere, like I mean the idea of it was half covered in snow means that it was dropped. But I feel like you could easily dismiss that as just being like, oh, it was like buried in the snow to hide it. But if it was only half covered, you would bury it all the way. So I'm gonna try the sphere. It is that straightforward. Okay. I didn't know if it was like a trick question or like it seemed like it was supposed to be harder than that. This crystal sphere was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. Because the snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Just only makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal spear must have been dropped before the murder. You could also make an argument that because the spear is heavy, if it was just dropped in the snow, it would have sunk some, but... Order, order, order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal spear to come loose. Hi, what could that have been? This sphere. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Let me raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool was just a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who was the fool? In which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. But we also established that, like, that idea is, like, fucking bullshit, because look at this sword, dude. It ain't plugging shit. Like, it literally, it can't. You were forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Granted, we also don't know that the sword was used to kill her, but... Elisa's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. On foot. On foot. If only there was some way to traverse more quickly. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the event is also perfectly plausible. Hi, now the evidence is ready. The court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Okay, so we probably show the photo then. Because I was thinking snowmobile, but that's not an actual piece of evidence, so I'm gonna say this. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could also have been used to carry a body. Order, order, order! Ah! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Francesca Von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown this case requires further investigation, i.e., let's stall. What? Where was the victim Elise really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Aside from the fact that Larry can't draw. Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Wow, that's just fucking... Like, that's not even, like, funny rude. That's just, like, rude. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. The edgy? Thank you. Aye, that settles it then. How can I give a verdict under these circumstances? She do be smashing. Right. It seems I fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Francesca von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, only one reason alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this is all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. I thought it was about a murder. So nobody actually died then, right? Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me in the hall. Yeah. Miles Edgeworth? I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. It's a shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame! What is he saying? Franzi? This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for. Oh, banana, banana, banana! I demand satisfaction! Well, at least if Phoenix is leaving the hospital, there's a new free bed there, so... I cannot believe the witness testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. I have his words here today, been truth or lies. Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that should be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Aye, court is now adjourned. Oh wow, you fell from like a 40-foot bridge and you've been in the hospital 2 days? Well, too bad. Get back to work. Piece of garbage. Oh no. Oh no. Still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here? This isn't the Dahlia I know. Actually, yes it is. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. I mean, like, okay, Miles, I get it that, like, you didn't want to, like, take over the case completely, but, like, Phoenix is, like, still fucking dying. Like, you can do one more day. And I know that he'll be able to help me with him. Somehow. Right? Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Remind me of Viridian and artist speak. Yeah, I'm here too, buddy. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? 103. Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. He do be coughing. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shishito did not deliver the deadly blow, which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself. I'll eat my coat. And I mean, even if I fail, I mean, I haven't eaten anything in a few days. This coat's looking mighty tasty right now. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. Oh, it's stupid, sexy Edgeworth face. That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background. Naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation. One way or the other. God, that face, man, it just makes me laugh every time. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care. Guess I should get moving too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? We need a sidekick, and Maya and Pearl are gone, so you're up, Gumshoe. Oh, what if we had Miles as our sidekick for here? That'd be great. I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across the other side. Like a chicken. That's right, Maya's still stuck over there at the inner temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set up, you'll be the first to know. I mean, worst case scenario, you just fall into the river again, and, well, I mean, you know, you live once, you'll probably live again. Thank you, Gumshoe. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. In the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse, at least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Okay, nice callback. Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line. And there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I'd brought my cell phone with me. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Looks like it's about 20 yards of that cliff over there. And I can't see the inner temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. Ah, she's fine, maybe. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken the effort to write to Heavenly Hall on the signpost. And we've gotten our flavor out. Take me to Heavenly Hall. Looks like no one's here. Larry! Laurice? I'm sure it'd be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. Look at this graffiti scrawled right on the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. I don't really think about it. I guess art kind of suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art, sort of. The flags. That stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. Like Sister Bikini in a bikini. Ugh. I've gotta think of kittens. The snow is really piled up on the straw roof. No, it's otherworldly, like something out of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part, anyway. The sign also says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting if you spent a night in this little freezing shack. You'd probably find yourself at the pearly gates by morning. That's a good one, Phoenix. That's Dusky Bridge up there. It's amazing how clearly you can see it from so far away. Larry supposedly saw everything through the shack's window. Not much light gets down here, so it must have been pitch black at night. This area is probably illuminated by that night because of the burning bridge above. I mean, maybe. This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out its rough rapids the other night. They say it has a really strong current. And they weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast flowing. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. Aw, come on, please, it's for art's sake, I swear. Only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here, the heroine of my book. I'll make you famous. Ah, enough. A fool's fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. A fool's fool, fool's fools. So the fool of a fool is used to fool fools, who then foolishly accept the innate foolishness of the fool that belongs to the initial fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh? What? Wait a second. I know you. You're, ow! Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frowned like a sunny-side up egg, and you want me to grill me over a name? Franzi, you can't do that! Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse? Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not. I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, would ya? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book. Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. Ah. Well, you asked me to model, at least learn to give some semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. Man, I don't care what anyone says, I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh! Just like that dude in the red underwear. I don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys just because when you come crawling back apologizing. Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix, right? You ever seen a real-life attorney's badge? About that— ow! I refuse to help you, Phoenix, right? Should have known better than to try. What about— okay. What about this prosecutor lady? I hear she's really bad. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record, naturally, but you don't have a perfect win record. Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit, but like you've lost. Has it really been a year since we first met? I guess maybe she's never lost in Germany. I am Francesca von Karma, the prodigy. Uh-huh. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Francesca was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Shut up, it's anime bullshit. Don't ask any questions. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma, aka Mr. Crazy Kaz, aka he's in jail, aka probably been executed by now. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years, but now he's gone from this world. Okay, he's like, they have straight up executed him already. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me, this I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yeah, okay, whatever. You ever seen a snowmobile? I'd love to know what this thing was used for on the night of the crime. Ha! Still thinking small, I see, Phoenix Wright, or perhaps not at all. That's why you'll never defeat me. But we have defeated you. I heard about your bubble, but I don't recall ever losing to you. It's time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. Seems like she mentally blocked out my victories for her memory. You can see the main hall from here. I wonder how the head nun is holding up. Oh, wow, is that an inkling of human kindness I sense? Ow! You enjoy causing other people pain with that sharp tongue of yours? There's nothing compared to the pain you cause with that leathery whip of yours. It's a quaint little bell tower. I never thought that something this horrible was about to happen. An iron string the lights out bell that night. Oh wait. Oh, the gate. This is one impressive gate. Compared to the grandeur of the main gate of the Von Karma estate, it's but a pet door. Looks really idyllic with all that snow in it, don't you think? Oh, that snow, don't make me laugh. This is but a light dusting where I come from. Lady, get a life, okay? Get a personality besides, like, being superior than everyone else. Don't make things up just because you think I'll never get to see it for myself. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. A, not your brother. B, he's older than you. C, that's it. I don't got a third one. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. I mean, it does. And that's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. Teensy-weensy? Is that something they say over in Germania? It's probably the fever, but... He's so openly hospitable that's almost kind of cute. Ah! No smirking! No whipping the sick! That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing and one thing only. To pulverize you. Like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know. You think Phoenix is gonna wear a mask in the trial, just like in the first trial? I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge, did you ever consider the dangers? I mean, not really, no. Only thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Don't you said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. She's gotta be okay, I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. Man. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini? My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? Wah ha 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 ha. You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise, now that I think about it. There's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple. And that poor little girl's gone missing too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. Oh, does he not know? She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearl, she's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? As you may know, in order to see the reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. Okay, you said the same thing. I just wanted to show off the attorney's badge. This crystal spear, it's not from a demon warning hood, but I would guess it serves a similar purpose. If it's not from a hood, then I guess it really is Miss Elise's staff. Look at the blood on it. Oh, poor Mystic Elise. Honestly, it's just like the end of the world. Not a good thing, that's for sure. To think people have the gall to call this kind of scribbling by the name of art. Huh? If that's the sort of standard you need for the arts these days, I could be a pop diva. Sure, but what about the contents of the picture? What do you make of that? It's definitely the end of the world. What about this photograph? Oh yes, those are our snowmobile tracks, alright. I know them anywhere. Only one set, which means the rider went out while it was still snowing and came back after it had stopped. That's really the only logical explanation, I suppose. You must be very happy to have such a fine mentor. What? Mentor? Are we like... Oh, he's just a friend. Oh, you naughty devil. Always the joker, aren't you? Ho ho ho, ha ha ha. Well, how old are they the same age? Isn't Phoenix like slightly older or something? Oh yeah, we don't exist anymore around here. I think they're the same age. Maybe Miles is slightly older. I know they're basically the same age. You seem like a lovely young man, like the kind you can always count on. Can we? Yeah. Kinda depressing how much face she has in him. You certainly have some unusual friends, don't you, Mr. Wright? Ho ho ho! Friends? That fancy painter is one thing, but whipping the judge is just bad form. Well, do you think you could go drill that into her head for me, please? What a disgraceful young man. You've finally seen through him, huh? How could he sit there and claim he really saw what he drew in that picture? The portrait he did of me was rather flattering, I must say. Still, I don't like Larry to make something up that might get a woman he likes in trouble. There's more to that sketch than meets the eye, I'm sure of it. Please tell me what's gonna happen to poor Iris? If she was gonna be found guilty, well, I wouldn't accept it. But your testimony, Sister Bikini... I can't help my testimony. I saw what I saw. I mean, that's exactly how it should be. It's up to a pro lawyer like you to deal with problems like that. I mean, you know, if you should tell us what you saw. Shouldn't lie. I can never make up for this. Make up for what? For allowing harm to come to such an important person. Well, I was right. This Elise wasn't just any old visitor here. It's all my fault, isn't it? It's achy back's fault. Now Mystic Elise is dead and Alkalite is trapped inside the inner temple. That poor little... Okay, this is the same. Hey, you don't know, Mia? I didn't think you would, but I figured I'd ask. Oh dear, I wonder where on earth this little girl's wander off to. She's nowhere near the main hall, that's for sure. First I lost Maya, and now Pearls. How much more pain is this case gonna cause me? Not to mention this fever's giving me a killer migraine. She's a very important visitor, you know, an honored Alkalite. She is? Do you know her or something? The Fey name is synonymous with the Crane channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Looks like Bikini's in the dark. Doesn't seem to know that Maya's the daughter of the Master of the Crane. I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least I was until this morning. I don't see any psych locks, so she must be telling the truth. Actually, Phoenix, they're called psycho locks? Are you saying Miles is wrong? But why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw her frowning, her white hood fluttering. Feel like I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so firmly about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was up on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple, is that correct? That's right, I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claimed she was in her room at Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself in the Inner Temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter's especially bad. I'll bet the training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. Okay, so was that dialogue earlier actually referencing this dialogue that we hadn't seen yet? About how earthquakes are common? We've got to get Maya out of there, fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That next area on the other side of the Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya can be stuck out there with a murderer and no way of escape either. Oh dear, yes, I suppose it does. Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. So I'm still thinking, I mean, I'm still on this whole possession angle, that, like, Iris is either... I mean, I don't really know why, but I can't shake the idea that our Iris is, like, the Iris that we've been talking to is actually Pearl possessed. And that maybe the real Iris is still over there with, Maya. Because that would explain how Iris doesn't seem to be lying when she said she stayed in her room. Yet, Bikini is claiming to have met Iris over there. Is that she actually met the real Iris, who is still evil. And our Iris that we've been talking to is actually Pearl possessed or something, or channeling. Why she would be doing that, I have no clue. How would that even work? Could you channel someone who's still alive? I don't know, but... Like, I like that idea a lot. I don't really know how it would be explained in-game yet, but, I mean, you could probably do it. I mean, at the end of the day, this is all, like, magic nonsense. They don't have, like, super hard and fast rules set up yet. They could kind of do whatever they wanted to. I'm curious about a few things if you don't mind answering some questions. Do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No. I want to know a little bit more about the victim, Miss Elise. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size or her bust size for that matter. No, I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again. Sister Bikini, I know she always referred to Miss Denum as Mystic Elise. Yes, now why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors with Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know? How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Seems Miss Elise has no ordinary visitor after all. And then there's Pearls. She was with Miss Elise on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try and keep it together. Oh man. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Elise on the night of the murder, correct? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we finished eating dinner. The murder, it didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? And another thing, the reason I'm still in this, like, channeling stuff, is they did say when they found Iris, she was, like, in her room meditating. Like, as if she had been channeling and would have just transformed. According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home house. According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. There's only one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repair soon. Okay, I guess we go back and... Oh, there's still the courtyard. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so... Maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found. Was the ladder red last time? The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. That's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Possible that Miss Elise was pushed from the top of the wall? You got quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. The sled, now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. Shishishito, in there it's there in Mystic Ami's right hand. It was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. I mean, probably not. Probably just, you know, for decoration. honestly, probably wouldn't really be able to stab through anything because it's like a decorative sword. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around this courtyard. Not the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. Guess Mr. Bikini must light them now since Iris can't be here. Is that everything already? Didn't really learn anything there. Look like. Wait. That building up there is the main hall. It's where we were staying. It's kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. You enter from the main gate side. The rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently, Miss Elise was staying in that corner room. Guess that's where she was pushed from that night? Hey! What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell? There's where you been. Keep it nice and warm, I see. Detective, have you finished repairing the bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know. Well, then I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am. No one unauthorized access. Access is restricted to people involved in the case. Also, Phoenix is the only one whose life is expendable enough to try it. What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. Well, yeah, but, I mean, that's not what I mean. Ah! Okay, honestly, there's a freaking weight limit, okay? And I don't trust you. It's been a while, Scruffy. It's... Miss Von Karma! Sister, please leave the investigation to me. My, well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you are to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix, right? Ow, that hurts, you know? Silence! I, Francesca Von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. Oh, she's our sidekick. So you will follow me. She's not seriously gonna follow me around, is she? Let's go. Okay, let's examine stuff in here. And oh, I wonder if there's an extra dialogue now that she's following us. If we go back to the courtyard. It's an altar. It looks a bit old, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Crane Village last year. I guess that really does something to do with spiritual power after all. The sack of straw Zabaton cushions. Maya told me this type of Zabaton is called Inza. Suppose if I ever have to come out here, I've missed out on all these new things. That's the same. I've only seen a layout like this when I saw a really old Japanese movie on TV. Wow! Put the right on the sliding doors and instructions for spirit channeling. Kind of like how we scribbled math formulas on the... I'm a nerd. I just want to see if anything's... Any of the check marks are new. If Francisco's following us, doesn't look like it. Okay, so we'll stop here. Next time we will go investigate the inner temple and see if we can find the Meister. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next time, for next part, and bye guys.